Jack Hadley used to say, when everybody got a phone, we all became publishers. That doesn't guarantee that what you're doing is going to become popular. You're going to get a following, viral, monetized, or anything. And I look at Suno the same way in music. So everyone could now kind of be a composer producer.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're suddenly in the game and you're going to become a phenom? No, it's always going to depend on whether your songwriting or the songs you do or have any kind of value or something. But if you go into it just thinking, hey, I have some needs, I want to have some fun, I've got some specific needs I want to do and make it fulfilling, I think that's the right attitude. And if you ever stumble, it happens. If you ever stumble and you've written the next great hit or something like that, then you've got something you can actually take.
AI isn't just changing dentistry, it's completely redefining it. Tune into Bite Size Podcast, the Dental AI and Tech Podcast, and stay ahead of the curve.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Bite Size Podcast, where we tackle dental AI and tech crazy ideas. And I've got a really awesome episode. I brought on John Crouch, a good friend I've known for over a decade. And I want to focus in on music creation using AI and some really fun ideas that you can take away from this on how to start creating music for your dental practice. So anyway, that's the goal of this. You watch this, you get done, you can go start. You can be a music producer, basically.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
That's
right?
addictive. Yeah, we will deliver the crazy. Yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
We will deliver the crazy on this episode.
Yeah, we will definitely. And your videos are pretty crazy. So, all right. Anyway, so let me just give a quick intro on John. So, John, you've been working with Dentsply Sirona for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
15
years.
We've known each other because you've invited me to come out and speak on all sorts of digital marketing topics, which I am grateful for. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course.
And so we've gotten to know each other pretty well. And I came to find out that John's kind of like a garage band guru and a musician. And as soon as all of these AI music generation tools came out, I'm like, dude, John, check this out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've talked about it a lot. And he started creating music using AI. But prior to that, you were making a lot of music, a lot of covers and stuff like that. And you started a band called Global Molars.
That's right.
Which is a hilarious title for your band. But can you give me a little bit of a background on Global Molars? Because I'd love for anybody in the industry to know about it and be able to start maybe sampling some of your songs and stuff.
Yeah, sure. Do you want me to cut to visuals or you just talk about it for?
You just do whatever you got to do.
All right, let me cut over to something here. Maybe it'll help. Maybe it'll make it more interesting for people to look at something.
Remind me how it got started too. Like, give me a little.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, that's a good point. We are going to put this in motion. We're going to talk about this today, this Suno and this AI stuff, but it's going to be about making songs and all that kind of stuff. But a little about me, and there we are at one of your sessions with us, of course.
That is me wearing your shirt.
Sporting the Global Molars. Yeah, representing.
Am I the first and last person to buy that T-shirt?
Yeah. You are one of thousands of followers that don't know they need to know us yet.
Yeah.
There's thousands of people that need to be followers of ours. They just don't know it.
They just don't even know it. They don't even know you're out there, man.
Yeah. Exactly.
They don't even know you're there.
Yeah. So normally I've done digital education stuff for 15 years. And so I'm usually like, you see me behind a streaming desk and lots of people watch courses and stuff. But then there is this other side of me that's the alter ego, let's say.
Dude, did you make that image of you?
That's AI. I don't even remember what thing. I just said, hey, grab this photo and turn it into a Muppet. I said to make me a Muppet. So I made myself a Muppet. So leader performer of the Global Molars Global Dental Parody Band. And it's actually the only. Yeah, there's actually a lot of parodies that get done in dentistry, which is fun. A lot of universities and dental schools and classes, even practices do them and everything. And just being in the dental industry, I did this one because I work with a lot of speakers and a lot of dental professionals kind of around the world.
Yeah.
And just every once in a while I'd find out, hey, this particular speaker is a drummer and this person that works for Dentsply in Sweden is a singer. And just kind of stumble on it. And so I used to just kind of do goofy solo stuff on my own. Parents just kind of karaoke for fun with our salespeople and give them a good Monday morning laugh. But it seemed like, hey, there might be some fun in going a little further with this. So that's kind of what we did. And, so now we do actually have, people from dental professionals from all over the world that are part of the band. And we go further than just making songs in the process, not to bore anybody with that, but because it's not AI, this process is tedious. We have, every one of us are all over. We've never been together as a group, maybe occasionally one or two of us, but we've never actually been together as a group or performed together. The way the process goes is we think of a song. I usually am the sick one that writes the lyrics. Everybody gets on board. Everybody practices to a certain track that keeps us all in the same rhythm and the same key. They all record their own things, including their videos, and then they send them over to me, and we get productions like this. There's no sound with this, but it's just some little samples and everything. But so we have all these different people that send these things in, and I'm the one that compiles the audio and the video. And if it's sounding like this is a lot of work, this is why you want to listen to this podcast, because it doesn't have to be as much work as we put into this, especially when you're not extremely profitable with it. You're just having fun.
Yeah, you're just having fun. Yeah. So the question is, are you accepting new band members?
Yeah, it's very intentional. So there's a handful of guys mentioned on the left side, just in that Muppet. The guys I knew wouldn't mind if I made them Muppets. But yeah, there's probably been 16 or 20 different people have performed with us on a song. There's about 4 or 5 of us that are kind of the staple people that we go to and see if their schedule's okay and who can do it. But we're like Steely Dan. We try to intentionally have new guitarists and people, join at different times to kind of make it everybody's band and not just a set group of people. So it's a rotating set of musicians, and most of it's because of time. Not every bass player can sit down every month and do something. So we like to share the load.
So, this reminds me of, it's kind of like I get on TikTok and they'll have like a clip. Like there's this really, really funny clip of this cat drinking milk, and it was going meow, 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 right? And so they had this little meme clip, and they take that, and somebody on the planet is a keyboardist and makes a keyboard track for it. And then they post it, and then somebody else grabs it and puts a drum line on it. And before you know it, you've got an entire band playing to this cat, drinking milk, They've done it with a lot of them on TikTok. It's hilarious.
It's very similar. I will say that I'm an average musician. Some of our people in this thing are actually quite good. They were kind of professional before they went all the way into dentistry. So actually, even though it's a silly purpose and funny lyrics and songs made to dentistry, actually the music ends up pretty good. They're better than you would think.
They're good. I've listened to several songs. They're actually really good. Yeah, you're the worst for sure. Of the whole
for sure. No question. I'm just the sick brain, and and then I do all the editing work. So that's my role. That's how I'm the leader.
Well, I got to be honest with you, John. You've got a moderate voice, but I think you need somebody that can just belt. You need a Janis Joplin.
Yeah, always. And
we need a dental practice Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Yeah, exactly. So this is an open call. If you are someone who has any musical talent at all, or if you know someone who does, or if you're even just willing to lip sync and dance around your office with your scrubs on and everything else to have
for
a little
video
fun,
content. Yeah.
All of those work. Those are all potential contributors to our band.
I love it, dude. That's so awesome. All right. So
you want to give them a sample of a song?
Yeah, let's hear a song. Let's hear a song
all right.
Real quick.
So here comes something by the original B-52s. Love Shack is now Glove Shack.
Glove Shack.
If you feel any signs or if tooth decay shows, you can still save your smile at the Glove Shack. Glove Shack, yeah. I got a crown that's seen every day. Looking for love, get away. My dentist does. I get it with chord, cause my patience in the veils, and I'm heading on down to the blood shack. I've got a big lobby, it seats about 20, so hurry up and bring your tooth doc money. The Club Shack, baby. Spoons, baby, that's where it's at. Spoons, baby, that's where it's at. Science says we've got all the tools.
Maybe we call there.
Yeah. Okay. So for those of you who are not watching, what we're looking at is like John's editing capabilities in his garage, like a garage band. I mean, it is like classic B film video editing. But all those clips that you pulled in, the background singer, these are all dental professionals, right?
All everyone in there is dental professional of some sort, and some are people that play a lot, and some are new. And like you saw in there was a clinic, some guys I know in Portugal, and they were willing to get their office to dance around to our song and just give us like B-roll.
And just grab the video.
There's a way.
I love the laying over the top. It's like watching a really wild TikTok video or Instagram video where people just like, it's a beautiful landscape, and then the whale flies through, and there's a fox on top, and then there's a butterfly that flies. It's like,
here's the studio where it happens. The green screen makes it all happen. Yeah.
And I just thought you painted your walls green. That's your green.
I did, as a matter of fact. That's exactly what that is. I used to have a screen that I had to put up, and then my wife it's actually painted on the wall and built in, and we cover it with curtains, stuff like that. So
I love it. Well, that's fun. That's super fun. So to get into how to use AI to do this, because the production effort that's required to wait on people to send you the drum track, and wait on somebody to send you the vocal track, and to request the video from Portugal or wherever you were saying, and like that, and then the editing. I mean, all that. Dude, I've done editing before. That's a lot of time and energy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about how AI is influencing this whole production cycle.
Yeah, for sure.
Not necessarily just for you, but for anybody who's like, oh, I want to make some fun songs about dentistry, or about my practice, or about the doctor.
Yeah.
So take us from there.
Totally.
Where do we go from there?
Yeah. So, I never thought about it. I think you were the first person that told me,
hey,
mentioned
it to you.
And there's a bunch of, there's probably a lot of them, but I've kind of latched on to Suno, maybe because you did. And then sometimes it's not worth learning a bunch of other platforms. So I've stuck with Suno, but
Suno is the Suno.ai. If you want to go to the website.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead. Keep going.
I played with it, after you said to, and was blown away. And it is to the level where it kind of, to me, it suits potentially all levels of people. Someone who has zero music knowledge, ability, or anything, but man, they sure would like a fun song about their practice or what they do, or a birthday song for one of their colleagues or whatever.
Or a patient.
Or a patient. Yeah,
anything you can think of.
And you literally can. We'll kind of go through some steps here in a little bit. You literally can just say, hey, I would love a song that's about Adrian and how much he rocks in social media for dental practices. And let's make it kind of contemporary indie, and be sure and mention his dreadlocks. You can type that.
Yeah,
you can type something like that in, and that's it. No lyrics. You can start at that level. And then there's a place you can tell it a style, and you hit a button that says create. In a couple minutes, literally a couple minutes later, you don't get back junk. You get back two options that are amazingly
awesome,
good, like produce, like record label ready, Now, that doesn't mean the content is good enough, but the production is definitely good enough. And then you can tweak and all kinds of other things. You have the chance to put in your own lyrics, you know? So instead of letting AI decide what your content is, you can actually write a song. You know, if you've got that structure in you or know how, you
Yeah.
can write lyrics. You can take a favorite poem that someone's done. You can put in your custom lyrics and still do the styles. And you kind of just, as long as you, sometimes you have to have a little bit of a paying account to have multiple uses, but
Yeah. They only
you
give you a certain
can,
number of credits on the free account.
yeah.
But it gets you
And
going.
then you can ask it, nah, I don't really like these two versions. You can tell your band to go away and work for another 2 minutes and come back with two more options,
Right.
basically is what happens. So it
Yeah.
is pretty incredible. And then, you know, I think of it as an average, highly average musician. And then even maybe for professional musicians, I find it really helpful to like get off of writer's block or get
Mhm.
off of composer's block. Like I always play the same chords. I always do the same
Yeah.
structure. I mean, I can see actual musicians like kind of thinking, man, just spit something back at me that's different than I would have thought. Or
The
give me a
creativity
or
of it
give me
is,
a version that
yeah.
is not a style I usually play, just as a maybe it's just a song starter. It's not even a finisher. It's just
Yeah.
I really think it's quite unique and fun for anybody of all levels.
Yeah. That's awesome. So why don't you walk us
Yeah.
through how to do this?
Yeah, sure. Let's pull some stuff back up here.
So for those of you just listening, John's got some slides here
Yeah.
that will walk you through how to actually create a prompt and make a song in Suno.
Yeah.
We'll put in the show notes, I'll put a link to the video.
Mhm.
So if you want to watch the video later on or whatnot, you can see the steps here.
Yeah. Excellent. So this is picking up from Do You Know Suno, you know, one more time. And it really is. It's a way to bring your thoughts to music. And like I said, I think it's for all levels. You know, you might know that you have a great song. You have written a great song, but now what? I mean, maybe you are good enough, or maybe you don't have enough band members or whatever. So how am I going to get this thing done? Put it to paper. And on Suno, you can get a free account, lets you do some fun things once in a while. That might be all you need. There's different levels of pay, and they're not horribly expensive, but those levels of pay will get you more chances to try new songs and everything. And it actually, from a legal standpoint, what they say is if you have a paid subscription, if you did choose to want to take one of your songs, personal or funny, demo or whatever, it does give you a little bit more like clear cut rights that is your song. So there is there's a whole bunch of legal things, as you can imagine, when iTunes first came out, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of legal things going, who really owns these songs? But you actually do, especially if you write the lyrics, or if you take some lyrics and massage them. If you do any manipulation, the song pretty much becomes yours. But I don't want to get too hung up on that. It's not really that much to bother with, but you do. You'll quickly get to like a finished song or a great song starter to add your own tracks to, like I do.
I think
So,
the
go
important
ahead.
part of that though is that, you know, there's we're in a litigious society, you know,
Yep.
and if you do go use somebody's music without going through the proper channels, you're likely to get a letter.
Yeah.
I mean, we've used we've done a lot of image creation, you know, for years and years and years, and we would pull images off of Creative Commons on Google years and years and years ago. This is before AI was even around. And just now we're getting letters from stuff that we wrote or published to a blog site 10 years ago, and we're getting
Yeah.
fines of anywhere from $1,000 per image to $25,000 per image.
Yeah.
So what you can do with this is you dodge that whole mess. You just
For sure.
create your own music, and you don't have to worry about any of the music rights.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. What my net gain or desire and all of this stuff, really, I'm a storyteller, and I actually love to tell stories in video. So like I'll make a whole bunch of short 3 to 5 minute, you know, vacation videos and things like that. And then I want the music to it. And I do often use popular songs and everything. And, you know, when you're just some little guy and you do that, it kind of skates. No one really cares, you know, that you used it and everything. But sometimes it gets flagged, and then it's not playable on YouTube and stuff. So you just kind of, you navigate that, you know, sometimes it's the perfect song, but this brings you into a realm where it's like, if I can't use the perfect song, or if I can't find the perfect song that exists, I
Just
can,
make it.
I can make it, something, and you can actually make sure that the copy is really going to be extremely relevant just to
Yeah.
you. It's not kind of a love song that Sting sang. Maybe it's one that's exactly the love song that you want to sing to somebody else. So,
Right.
yeah. So anyway, this is where we're kind of talking about this, this whole thing that is, I think about when our, maybe both, not neither of our dads, but kind of our dad in social media, Jack Hadley, used to say, when everybody got a phone, we all became publishers. That doesn't guarantee that what you're doing is going to become popular. You're going to get a following, viral, monetized, or anything. And I look at Suno the same way in music. So everyone could now kind of be a composer producer.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're suddenly in the game and you're going to become a phenom? No, it's always going to depend on whether your songwriting or the songs you do or have any kind of value or something. But if you go into it just thinking, hey, I have some needs, I want to have some fun, I've got some specific needs I want to do and make it fulfilling, I think that's the right attitude. And if you ever stumble, it happens. If you ever stumble and you've written the next great hit or something like that, then you've got something you can actually take. Yep.
Yeah.
So for me, number one purpose in doing this stuff is just having that strong alternative to not having to use commercially licensed stuff, something you can make really relevant. So I've just jotted down a few real life applications that, that can happen here. And I've got a few samples. So we'll just skim through these pretty quick so we don't stretch this out too long. But, really any writer who just wants to have music, the easiest thing to post is typically music and videos, right? That's what everyone wants to digest.
Yeah.
People are flipping through. They're not typically going to read a poem, but if a poem's put to music and maybe into video, then all of a sudden it becomes easy to share and easy to watch. So and I've got a couple samples here. This is a birthday. My cousin, who is a molar-in-law, the percussionist in Global Molars, is named Terry, and he is born on May the 4th, and he is a Star Wars freak. So I told Suno, this is what Terry is. He loves Star Wars, and I gave it a little bit of direction, and I think I told him to call it May the 4th or something like that for his birthday. But this is what it cranked out. We'll listen to a little.
Yo, Terry on percussion got rhythm so fly. Molar-in-law beats make the sound amplify. May the 4th be with you, he's the legend in play. Star Wars soul on his birthday parade. May the 4th be with you, Terry on the groove. Global Molars pumping, got the whole room to move. Drumming like a Jedi with the sticks in the air. Terry's our percussionist, the rhythm billionaire.
That's actually pretty good.
It's very good. And and of course he loved it, and it's, what did that get? 50 views by family and him, but it made him feel good on his special day and stuff. But the point is, like, I had to spend some work, of course, on the video parts of that, but Suno gave me several options like that I chose from in a few minutes with very little direction.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk a little bit about lyrics too, and in just a little bit, and where to do them and where to get them. You can do them inside Suno. You can also go to good old ChatGPT, and I'll show you how that's a pretty good idea to do too.
All right, cool.
Another sample of like a trip type of, this is what I like to do, is little vacation videos and stuff. And this is one that I created a song inspired by Christopher Cross, some other song, but I made my own lyrics and put them in, and then it gave me the perfect backdrop for this particular song. We always go to Jekyll Island or New York City with this couple.
Okay.
Good. Try this again.
Emptiness not suits us, taking in the sights and sounds. And next thing you know, you're closing down the town. Wake up and plan your day. Gonna be allowed walking all across town, wondering to yourself, hey, what have I found? When you get caught between Jekyll and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. Fun with the creeks between the Jekyll and New York City. The best that you can do, the best that you can do. Stay in love. Do it.
So,
I totally sorry I cut you off, but I totally see the application of that video for a dental practice. Practice goes to an event, right?
Yeah.
They go to the greater New York or
totally
something like that. They
Yeah.
shoot a bunch of video of
Yes.
them eating out, sitting in, smiling, whatever it might be. You go back, you make the song, and then you're
Mhm.
just taking this into what are you using to put the video to it? Are you using
Usually on
Premiere?
things like that, I'm just taking them into iMovie because that's on my
Yeah.
phone where I've shot everything.
Right there.
So I can
You just
always
drag it
go,
in and then add the clip or
yeah,
the video. Oh, yeah.
I just kind of splice it to the beat and all that kind of stuff. So that's
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
pretty easy. Yep.
for years we would tell dental practices, if you could just take a photo of you at
Yeah.
lunch with the team and post it to social media, you will get so much more engagement. Well, if you're doing this where you're taking a video or clipping together several videos and then you add a song to it about the event,
Yeah.
like I can't think of better kind of content to promote your
Yeah.
practice. And it's also, it's fun. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like super fun, and you get something that is totally you. It's totally your practice. So, and yeah,
We're gonna get into prompt style lyrics here in just a second, but one thing to note when you're prompting Suno, it's kind of interesting. When you're prompting it for styles, like of course you can put jazz and bossa and rock and
yeah.
things that we would all classify music at. But I told that one for my style, I told it I wanted 80s sitcom.
I can
So
see that. I can see that.
right,
It's like
so
a
you don't
Friends.
you can think of a mood or a feeling
Yeah.
or
It's
something,
happy,
a
upbeat.
genre, yeah, as opposed to trying to say, I know that this is alternative indie, with acoustic or something. You can put lots of things in there, but you can also be as simple as like, what's the mood I want this to be like? So that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
cool about Suno
yeah.
too. So then
Yeah.
here's a couple dental things. So to make sure we bring it back to dentistry. So this first one that comes up, I have a program inside Dentsply Sirona called CE Connect, and it's you would know about it, Adrian. But it's we try to stream a lot of courses and have sales reps go out and receive the stream and kind of recreate a new thing. But anyway, so I thought we're doing a whole bunch of presentations internally and everything, and then I always like to, what else can we do that can make it fun? So I made a little song about CE Connect. We'll play a few seconds of that, and then we'll have one other, and then we'll keep moving on.
This thing is perfect. This thing is perfect. Yeah, it could be a long or short subject, no matter which, the same effect. You're streaming dental intellect whenever you CE Connect. Deeper bonds you will collect, whether they're current or prospects. A good return you can expect whenever you CE Connect. CE Connect. Own your market. CE Connect. This thing is perfect. CE Connect. You're gonna project. CE Connect. Dental intellect.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's fun. And then this last one, because I know we wanted to have some dental, so I just used my my own personal dentist's office, Levinson Sullivan. I put in very little. I did not. That last one, I think I wrote the lyrics to make sure they all run to CE Connect. But this one, I just told it, hey, Marty and Clara are amazing, and they are the best in Tulsa. I just gave it very few things to work with, and then asked it to, I can't remember the style, but this is the Levinson Sullivan, could be their dental practice theme song.
When you're in need of some to TLC, let me tell you about the place you need to be. It's Levinson Sullivan, and we got that loving. Ask anybody around here, they agree. That's right.
That's probably good.
Nice.
To get the general idea, but it is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in 2 minutes, that you get these voices.
You
And
can pump that stuff out so fast.
Yeah, you can just tell it to read. If you don't like it, I mean, it gives you stuff, and you just reuse the style and tweak it a little bit on your description, everything. So, you ready for me to do a quick little real
let's do a
technical
little overview on how to get started on this.
Good, yeah. And this won't be deep dive because there's plenty you can do, but the part we're going to do is the simplest part that'll actually get you songs. So, when you're in Suno, I can't remember if it's suno.ai. I think I go to suno.com. maybe they're the
It
same.
goes to the same site. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Suno.ai or .com,
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing.
You get there and you're going to get either the free or one of the paying accounts, whatever you want. It's really pretty simple. All their buttons are kind of as big and easy as what I'm going to show. So if you were starting a song, you'd hit create on there, and you see these choices at the top. You can either do custom, which I have clicked off because I'm going to let Suno help me write everything. Custom would be if I have my own lyrics. So anyway, in this case, I'm going to say the song description, and I'm only giving it what you see on screen. A funky song called Bite Down about the articulating paper used by dentists to check occlusion of a patient's bite. That's as much lyrics as I've given it.
Got the dentist in the house, checking out my bite with that little blue paper, make sure it's all right. Oh yeah, he says bite down, give me a grind. Funky jaws moving, got that occlusion in line. Articulating paper, spreading that ink. Checks my chomp game faster than you think. Oh yeah, snap it shut, let me see that groove. Dental funk precision got me in the mood. Bite down, show me that tune. Paper don't lie, it's the occlusal boom.
That's funny.
Now, hold on. Did you give it any style genre?
I'm sure I did. I maybe didn't capture
It
the
was kind of funk. It was
screenshot.
kind of a funk.
Yeah, I kind of put it in. I kind of put it in the description. And I'm trying to
Yeah, you
remember.
did. You
I'm
did.
trying to remember if on the screens, if you get the chance, maybe you have to put everything in that description as opposed
Okay.
to lyrics.
I
and
usually do
style.
mine custom, so I
Yes.
was that. That's why I was
Yes,
asking.
correct.
Anyway,
So you'll see here, I have the blue arrow on top shows that this time I've decided I'm making a song. Like I've written a song. I have my lyrics. I know what my lyrics are. So I've clicked it to custom. So now I get this lyrics box at the top, and then further below, you see I get to do styles of music, and whatever. Sometimes you should see some of the experimental
neo soul.
chill lounge.
Okay.
I started looking through other people's prompts, and I was realizing.
Oh, okay.
Well, I started realizing, like, wow, you can really just describe, almost anything. It is not looking for, very specific, classically oriented terminology. But there's a little caution I give here about the lyric writing. So I have done it many times. Come to Suno, I have my lyrics and I paste them into Suno. I'm going to show you some formatting that helps. If it ever gets to where you need to do some editing of your song, I find it smart to spend a little more time, maybe in ChatGPT or something else, and kind of really massage
Cleaning it
your
up.
lyrics before coming in here. And the reason is Suno has amazing edit tools, but that's probably not everybody's cup of tea, is to think they're going to start also learning a bunch of stuff in here. And you really have to go through and you can narrow down some lyrics and change a couple words and everything. It's a little bit more of a tedious process. So my coaching is to make sure if you're going to go this lyric route, spend a little time and kind of really make sure, do I have all the right things before I go in here? Because once it produces the song, it's not that it can do, but it's not that easy to go back and just change a couple words or a couple lines. It can do, but I really suggest like really being happy with your lyrics before you get here.
Okay.
So that tip would be something like this. Maybe start with ChatGPT. I did this song, by the way. I'll send it to you. Create a song about Adrian called Adrian Rocks. And notice what I put in here in a format ready for Suno.com. It's amazing. ChatGPT knows exactly what that means. I told it, make it about Adrian and all these kind of things. And look at how it formats. Like
It just gives you the prompt for Suno.
It gives you. And look how it's broken it out with these certain brackets and the spacing and the bolds. And all of that is important information for Suno to get a real understanding of when it is you want breaks and what's, when is the chorus and everything else. Really important.
So let me just describe what's happening here. You're going to ChatGPT and you're telling it, ChatGPT, create a prompt for me for Suno. So you're asking one AI to give you the correct prompt for another AI tool. That's basically what's happening. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And it knows it. And, because I said create a song in a format ready. So it knows I got to make intro, I got to make verses, I got to make bridges, I got to make choruses. It knows what that means. And then it does it. And then it not only does it, but it structures it in a way that Suno will receive that and know what to do with that information.
Yeah. Wild.
So then we're back. And so this is another kind of quick run through. So once, this is a real song that I did not too long ago, personal. And so I had the lyrics, and my point to you here is if you do it yourself and you don't have ChatGPT help you with the formatting, you should be aware to take the time for this. If you send in that left side, just nonstop script.
It's just like a poem.
It's a poem.
Just a poem, right?
It doesn't know how to break that out. It doesn't know what the title is. It doesn't know what you think are the key elements and stuff. But if you take a little time to do what I've done in the middle, where you break it out, you use your spaces and you break the lines where you want them to be broken.
Right.
You know, what should be a
chorus, bridge, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Do all of that work. And then you're going to copy for paste and take it over. One thing to know, because I was hopeful, since I'm the dental parody guy, I was really hoping that I could say, hey, please make a parody song of this song that is all about dentistry. And it will not respond. It knows not to play with actual
actual band stuff. Yeah.
You can't even tell it to make a song that sounds like Journey. It won't.
Yeah, you can't use any band names.
No.
Yep.
It just sits there.
I found that out too.
Or actual lyrics, or make me a parody of a real song. So anyway,
you can always use genres. You can say make it in the style of 1980s funk.
That's right. Yeah. So I copied that. I put my songs, my lyrics into the box for song. I told it Neo Soul Chill Lounge. I gave it a title. This song's called Elemental. And then I just copied all these things at the bottom just to let you see, like, what are some of the prompts or the styles that people put in? I mean, don't even know what they are. I mean, rap français, metalcore, baroque violin. I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous, but it just shows you, like, if you've got anything in mind, you can literally put.
Yeah, you can just put the genre in there.
And multiple things. And it kind of calculates and works with all that. And then what it's going to do, it's going to work for a couple minutes, and you're going to get a couple song choices back called Elemental. According to that, and you can do some stuff, put it in playlist, do some download it as a file, download it as a video, do some cool things. Then eventually, I usually will take those things and then I'll bring them into my own music editing, and I might add some of my own tracks. I've even got, you can imagine this. Here's more AI, not to freak anybody out with, but I have AI on my phone where I can put any one of these finished Suno songs, and I can have a certain one give me sheet music for that song.
Really?
And I can also have one listen to it and break apart the tracks. Here's the drum track only.
Unbelievable.
Here's the guitar only. Here's the vocal.
You can swap out and do the guitar yourself or something.
So I could bring those disjointed pieces into GarageBand, and I could decide, hey, I think I'll add my own guitar on this one.
You are the grounding of my thoughts and the nature of my soul. You are the world that makes me whole.
Did you swap out any of the tracks in there? And was that you playing the guitar?
I added some guitar. Yes.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I'm mostly so pleased with what comes. You don't have to. I mean, for the most part, you don't have to. But I'd have to say that I do like to go into them and try to add maybe a background vocal or perhaps do my own voice or add something, because I like to try to reclaim a little bit of ownership. I'm pleased. It was my lyrics. I wrote the song. I structured it. But I do like to try, just in my case, I like to try to go in and add something myself. So I kind of feel like I put myself in it a little more.
Yeah. I love it.
And then last thing here.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. No.
But last thing here is, I just, songs are songs and everything else. Like I said, I'm always leaning towards what can I get into some videos and stuff. And just reminders, these things help you get around the music right limitations, and you get to craft songs that you really want to use into yours. And this was another song. It's just personal. Another song. I think Adrian's seen this. So, I had a version of this song that was, now that I hear this one, was remedial. But I knew it was a great song. I absolutely knew it was a great song. Anybody that heard it thought it was great. And then I used Suno to really help me modernize it and get a full band behind it and everything else. And then I was able to put myself back in it on guitars. Yeah.
It's a slice of life It's a block of time as our day ticks up and down. From a mountain peak to a field of mines, it's just as crazy as it sounds.
So that's good.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I think the point there is like, to be honest, the song I had taken as far as I wanted and I liked it, but I wasn't proud. I wasn't like thinking, hey, I think I might
Yeah.
publish. And once I got Suno to help me really modernize it and have a full band and take it to the next level and everything, then I put myself back in it and I thought, yeah, now I'm proud of this song and this thing might go somewhere. Who knows?
Yeah.
But even if not, I'm just glad that it sounds a lot better. So that's my take on
I
this
love it.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Now you
I
guys
love the
know.
way you're using it, dude. It's it's great. Like, the thing I want to emphasize, because when I started messing around with Suno, geez, it's just so easy. It's just so easy.
Yeah.
It's like you can be, everybody's always wanted to make, well, not everybody, but a lot of people want to make music, but they wouldn't sit down at the freaking piano lessons their mom bought them, and like me,
Yeah.
and so I never learned to read music or anything like that. But I love like rap and reggae, and I love classic rock, and I am just amazed at like what you can create so fast. It's just so fast. Every time I go out and speak, whoever's putting the event on, I'll usually do some kind of a song about that doctor, right?
And it blows them
And
away.
it just blows them away. Blows them away. Matter of fact, the first time I did, I said, hey, I was in California. I was in Southern California. And I went to this event and I said, hey, you guys, I came in yesterday a little early. I got a buddy that works at this production studio just down the street. So, blah, 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 talking like, I went in and I said, hey, I need you to rip out a song really quick for me. And then I played it and everybody's like, oh, that's really good. And then I told them it was AI and they're like, what? They couldn't believe it. It was, so it's really fun. I just think that music put to image just dramatically improves the quality of whatever the content is.
Yeah.
And so, as a dental practice owner or a marketing person, if you can get music that speaks to your practice, whether it's the genre or the lyrics, all of a sudden now you've got really great quality content that you just literally couldn't do years ago. It would take too much effort.
Yeah. And an option in Suno is simply instrumental. You
totally
tell it, I just want a 3-minute beautiful that could be a practice
elevator
theme.
music, whatever, right?
Yeah. You can just tell it, I don't got lyrics. I just want this kind of mood and these instruments and whatever else. And you could probably tell it, make it as if it would be for a dental practice.
Yeah.
Now maybe
you
you
something
don't
awesome.
want that style. But I have the highest regard for actual musicians and actual performers. I really do, and I get it. I mean, they work extremely hard to get where they are, to be what they are and everything else. But I also believe things like the best ideas can come from anywhere and a great song can come from anyone, right? I mean, songs are about feelings and experiences, right? Well, we all have those, whether we have chops or musical ability or not. We have all had good, hard, sad, amazing, frustrating experiences, and that's usually the building block of any song. So I believe a good song can come from anyone, and it's quite amazing that tools like this could help someone who's got a good song or more inside of them actually be able to produce it and not be stuck on the side just because they don't have musical ability.
Yeah, just because they just don't know where to start. Where you start, you go to Suno.ai, set up a free account. If you have any questions about like steps and you didn't watch the video portion of this podcast, there are like 10,000 videos on YouTube on how to use Suno. So I would encourage everybody to create a dental practice theme song. If you're a marketing person, you could create a whole set of music that, a whole album if you wanted, that you could use in clips and all sorts of stuff. So I encourage you to do that. I'll also put in the show notes, I'll put a link to your Global Molars and links to any of the songs that you shared.
Sure.
Online. If you've got them online, then I'll put them in the show notes. But John, you're an awesome dude. I'm so glad you came on and really kind of walked everybody through. I appreciate you putting together a slide presentation to give,
Yeah, sure.
steps on that. That's really helpful.
It helps. Yeah, you bet.
Yeah. So thank you.
You bet.
All right,
Super
man.
fun.
Well,
Thanks for having me.
It's good to see you. Yeah, we'll probably come back to this a little later on with some new ideas. So we'll see.
Be
All right,
awesome.
brother. Take care,
Very.
man.
Thank
See ya.
you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Thanks for listening to Bite Size Podcast. Tune in to stay up to date with everything dental AI and tech